Shama, Shama, garay. Yep. It's Zar-Kombat, boys. Um, the much pyrotastic. It's Zar-Kombat, boys. It's kind of chilling, man. I'm watching, actually. Shout out to the one person in the chat right now. I'm rewatching UFC 320, man. Haven't really watched it since Sunday, and I want to watch this fight again. I want to watch the Jiri fight. I want to watch the Marab fight, and I'm gonna watch the main event again. So we're a couple hours away from Charles Oliveira returning. UFC RIO, man, cannot wait. We're knocking out Scam Rots in round one. And yeah, boys, I just wanted to say thank you for the live yesterday, bro. Like, that was one of the best live streams I've ever had. Yeah, man, there's an internet problem, so forgive me for that. I was saying, guys, thank you for the live stream yesterday. Like, I gained 11 subscribers, man. 11 subscribers. And I wasn't even gonna go live yesterday. I was just kind of bored, and I thought I should say hello to you guys. And it ended up being one of the best streams I've ever had. So shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for that. We've got Yusuf Ali Akpoklak. Shout out to Yusuf in the chat saying hello. What's up, Yusuf? How are you? I hope you guys are good, man. It's a Sunday. No, it's a Saturday actually. Saturday, chilling. We're chilling, man. We're watching UFC. He's gonna be live. UFC Rio in a few hours. Can't wait. And again, chat, do subscribe, man. I'm getting my subscribers up. We've got Tozi Meika, and they're saying hi. What's up, Tozi? We've got I've actually got 14 live viewers in the chat. So shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, man. It's kind of chilling watching UFC right now. So how's your Saturday, guys? I came back from work today, so I'm catching up on the UFC. And we're waiting for the Oliveira fight, man. Can't wait. Du Bronx is back. He's coming after Topuria, man. We're coming after Topuria. We're coming for that belt. Yusuf saying Topuria is good, man. Shout out, yeah, man. I'm a big Charles Oliveira fan. Like, if you've ever been on the chat, you know I'm a big Charles Oliveira fan, man. Sogio Putnam saying, sup, man? Do they start at 12:01? The main event, the main card. The main card starts at 1 a.m. and the the prelims are gonna start, I think, at 11. So I'm not sleeping, man. I'm not gonna sleep. We're gonna go live for the entire main card. I'm only gonna do the main card. I don't have enough data for the prelims. Yeah, boys, do make sure you do subscribe, man. For MMA content, UFC content, I'm the guy you want to subscribe to. Okay, man, yesterday was the best live I've ever had. Sorry for that, guys. So yesterday I was saying, yesterday was the best live streams I've ever had, man. Sorry for that, chat. Kind of having a problem with my my Wi-Fi. So I'm back, man. Lost a whole lot of people in the live stream, man. But yeah, we're back at it, boys. at it. You've got Dark Mode Daily saying, I train hard this 2 years. My dream is very hard. In a very small country, and one of my biggest dreams is to be in the UFC. Listen, man, I know people say this all the time, and it sounds kind of cringe, but you can really, whatever you put your mind to, you can get it done, man. I mean, for me, I started doing this YouTube thing as just for fun, and then now it's like starting to become it is a career for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm really pushing this YouTube thing. I've got 400 subscribers, gained 11 subscribers just yesterday alone. And I told myself when I was going live yesterday that people are gonna subscribe, even if I'm only talking to a few people, but they're gonna subscribe, man, and they did. So yeah, man, you should follow your passion, follow your dreams, man. Train hard and work hard. We've got Nitin in the chat saying, when will it start? It starts at well, South African time, it starts at 1 a.m. the main card. But the prelims are gonna start live at 11 p.m. So I can't wait for that, man. Dupronx, guys. Dupronx is my favorite fighter, man. We're gonna knock out Scam Rods. We're knocking him out. We're gonna call out Max Holloway. We're coming for the BMF belts. We're gonna beat Max Holloway. And then we're coming for Ilya Toptoro. We're gonna knock him out also. Trust me. The rematch, Charles Oliveira, Ilya Topuria. Topuria is gonna get knocked out by Dupronx. Trust me, it's gonna happen, boys. And then we're gonna come for Makachev. We're gonna move up. We're gonna go to welterweight. We're coming for Makachev. That's the plan. Nixon saying I'm too. When I started watching MMA back in 2022, Charles is the first fighter I liked. Yeah, man, that was one of the best years to be a Charles Oliveira fan. 2021, 2022, man, beating Michael Chandler by KO, going to war with Dustin Poirier, beating Justin Gaethje in one round. That was amazing, man. That was amazing. So yeah. Yusuf asking Alex Pereira or Khamzat Chimaev. To be honest, man, I don't like Khamzat Chimaev. That fight he had with DDP was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. Like, bro, I don't like that wrestling, only wrestling in the fights. It's MMA. We want to watch MMA. We want to see you kick. We want to see you punch. We want to see you take the guy down. We want to see you try submissions. So I don't like Khamzat, man. Like that performance really disappointed me against DDP. But I'm a big Alex Pereira fan, so I'd have to say Pereira, man. I think Pereira's takedown defense is elite. Katleho saying your network is lagging. Yeah, bro, my Wi-Fi is bad. My Wi-Fi is bad, bro. I've got the DSTV Wi-Fi, so I kind of had to buy data really, really quickly. It's gonna run out soon because hey, YouTube uses a lot of data, bro. So yeah, but we're back now. We're back now. We're back now, guys. We're back. We're back at it. We're back at it. Nitin saying you from US or you African? I'm at South Africa, dog. South Africa, Durban. Durban, South Africa. That's where I'm from. I know, like, because of the accents, I kind of sound like I'm from America, but I'm not, man. South African, Durban. That's where I'm from. Where are you watching from? Nitin saying everybody saw and alive. How can someone think that Khamzat can win against Pereira? Listen, I think he can win. You know, like Ankalaev is not even a wrestler, dog. He's not a wrestler. He's a striker. Like he knows how to wrestle, but he doesn't like wrestling. Like Chimaev is a different level wrestler. Like he trains with like Olympic champions. Like he's a different level when it comes to wrestling. So he could take down Chimaev. He could take down Pereira and submit him easily, or just keep him on the ground like he did with DDP. But I don't know. I think Pereira would be too big for him, and if Pereira touches him, he goes out. I think if Pereira were to touch him, he goes out. So who do you want to see Khamzat Chimaev fight next? Khamzat is either fighting Nazardine Imavov or the winner of next week, Rinya Derrida and Brendan Allen. But I think it's kind of clear that Imavov is next. I don't know how the fight goes, man. What do you think about Imavov and Khamzat? Bro, I don't like Khamzat the champion, man. I don't, dog. Because now he only fights like once a year, and when he does fight, it's not exciting anymore. Remember 2020 Chimaev? He came out, he was hungry, used to submit guys in one round. He like 2020 Chimaev was one of the best Chimaevs like ever. But now he's got all the money in the world and he's not hungry anymore. He's kind of boring now. But I think Imavov is next. Like Imavov has a good ground game. So I think Imavov is gonna give Chimaev problems on the ground. But yeah, man, I don't like Chimaev as the champion anymore. Khamzat would completely annihilate Pereira. Isn't even close. I mean, listen, yeah, on paper, Khamzat beats Chimaev. But I'm saying, man, if Pereira touches Chimaev doesn't have the best chin. If Gilbert Burns was able to hurt Chimaev, imagine Pereira landing a left hook on the chin of Chimaev. He's gonna get knocked out, dog. He's gonna get knocked out. So yeah, man. It could go either way, but that's not a fight I want to see. I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight. Khamzat Chimaev does not deserve to touch Alex Pereira. I don't want Chimaev anywhere near Pereira. Please. Please. If Pereira wants to fight a wrestler, he should fight John Jones. That's a legacy fight, a fight that can, allow him to become the greatest of all time. The Chimaev fight, that does nothing for Pereira. It does nothing for Pereira. It only makes Chimaev more of a big guy if he gets the job done. I don't want to see that fight, dog. Um, Shout out to Paper in the chat saying yes, but that's because Burns has a really good ground game in terms of BJJ. I mean, yeah, we could say that, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Also, that fight was at welterweight, so I don't know, man. It wasn't a good division for Chimaev. Like the middleweight division is good for him. He can fight properly. But I don't want to see Chimaev and Pereira, dog. I don't want to see that fight at all. Nitin saying Chimaev can take down, but can't do anything. See, that's the issue. That's the problem. Like, that's why I like people like, look at Marab. Look at my goat, the bantamweight goat Marab. Marab will take you down. He will get you up. He will punch you in the face. He will take you down. He will ground and pound you. Not Khamzat Chimaev, who just takes you down and lays on top of you. We don't want to see that. If you want to hug a man, go do that in private. Go do that in private. Don't do that in the octagon. We want to see fights. We want to see fun fights. Like, Chimaev should take notes from Marab. He should take that Marab fight style. Because now Marab is a fun guy now. Hey, last week you almost knocked out Corey Sanhagen. That was insane. Watching that fight live in round 2. Boop, boop. Hurts him on the feet. Crazy. Pereira has zero ground. People saying Pereira has zero ground games. So as soon as it gets to the ground, it's over. I mean, I disagree, man. Pereira has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I don't know how Pereira has a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he does. I don't think we'll ever see his jiu-jitsu in the octagon. I don't think he's gonna take that chance. His best chance against anyone in the world is on the feet. So I don't know, man. But Ankalaev had a hard time trying to take him down. So you know what I mean. But man, like I do not want to see Pereira versus Chimaev at all. I don't even know why we're talking about this fight, guys. Why do people want to see this fight? Do you want to see Alex Pereira lose? He just got the belt. You want to see him lose? Come on, guys. Come on. To be honest, man, I want to see John Jones versus Alex Pereira. That's the fights I want to see. I don't want to see him fight Tom Aspinall. I don't want to see the Aspinall fight. I want to see John Jones and Alex Pereira. But Dana White says he doesn't want that fight. He doesn't trust John Jones to show up at any event because he pulled out at the Tom Aspinall fights. Nitin saying Jones will win if he plays smart. Yeah, that could be an easy victory for Jones. Take him down, submit him, but Again, man, you can't count out Pereira, dog. Pereira only has to do is touch you. One punch is all it takes. So you could never count out Bolton. 13 people in the chat. Shout out to the 13 people in the chat, guys. If you love MMA, subscribe to my channel, boys. You gotta subscribe to my channel, man. We got subscribers up. We're getting ready for UFC. RIO. The is coming back. Do Bronx. He's knocking out Scambro, dog. Paper saying Khamzat had exciting fights. Every fight except DDP. I don't think it's recency bias to say he's boring. I mean, okay, before the Dracus fights, he had the who did he fight? Robert Whitaker. And before that, it was Kamaru Usman. So yeah, those fights were exciting. And to be honest, man, I am being biased. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm being biased. I'm South African. Dricus is my champion. You know what I mean? I wanted the belt to stay here in my country, so I don't like that Chimaev has the belts. But DDP is gonna come back. He knows what he has to do. I just don't like Chimaev as the champion, man. I don't like that fight style that he has. He could have done more in that fight, but it's whatever. Yo, shout out to Random back in the chat, bro. I'm so sorry about yesterday, man. Yesterday I ran out of data and I couldn't say goodbye properly. My stream cuts off because I didn't have any data. So yeah, man, thank you for joining me. Random was with me yesterday, dog. I had one of the best streams I've ever had yesterday. Like we were chilling, we talking about life. Obviously Oliveira, talking about different topics in the UFC, Marab. It was one of the best streams I've ever had. Like yesterday, I gained 11 subscribers, man. 11 subscribers in an hour, in a 1 hour stream. And I wasn't even going to go live yesterday. I just thought, you know what? I've got data. I haven't been live in a while. Let me go check out how my people are doing. And it ended up being one of the best streams I've ever had. So, yeah, guys. Shout out to Random, man, saying, yo, bro, I at least gonna sleep a little bit or going straight through to the fights. Yeah, dog, I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna live stream the main card. I'm gonna be live streaming the main card because hey dog, I'm not gonna lie, dog. I've got this DSTV Wi-Fi and the internet is lagging, man. It's kind of storming here in Durban a bit. It looks like it's gonna storm. So I'm gonna have an issue with my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna have to buy data right now and make sure I'm prepared for tomorrow. But it's like 11 p.m. now. I'm gonna sleep maybe 2 hours, and then the prelims are starting at 11. So yeah, because there's some good fights in the prelims as well. I'm not gonna miss. I'm not gonna miss UFC Rio, man. I'm not gonna miss UFC Rio. So I'm gonna sleep a bit, dog, and we're gonna be live streaming the main card. The Bronx is back, boys. Getting the belts. Punisher in the chat saying, "Yo, what's up, my brother, man? Shout out to Punisher. Best friends with DDP." It's denying that he's best friends with DDP when he's basically like best friends with DDP. So shout out to Punisher, my brother from all the way from UAE. It's my brother from Abu Dhabi, man. Paper in the chat saying John Jones will beat Pereira, in my opinion. I think he takes him down easily as well, but yeah, I think he takes him down easily. But I could never count out Bolton, man. You can't. But I'd love to see that fight, man. That's like a real legacy fight. Imagine, I'm not saying it happens, but imagine somehow Bolton gets the job done and Pereira becomes the greatest of all time in MMA. What a story, dog. Imagine if he gets it done. That would be crazy, but yeah, that fight's not gonna happen. Dana doesn't want to see that fight. Nitin saying only Dagestani I like is Islam Makhachev because he's truly amazing. Yeah, man, I like Makachev as well. Unfortunately, man, I think he loses to Jack Della Maddalena in November. But yeah, man, Makachev is a cool guy. He's one of the only Dagestani fighters that actually put on good fights, like him and Chonko. You know that John Pork guy. Yeah, those are the two best Dagestani fighters in my opinion. So yeah, shout out to Makachev, man. Nitsin trolling me in the chat saying, by the way, you look like Kamaru Usman. Is it because of the hats? Is it my head? Is my head that big, boys? Is my head that big? I look like Kamaru Usman. That's crazy, man. I thought I was a pretty good looking guy, man. I thought I was a good looking guy. If you're saying I'm looking like Usman, then damn, dog, I must be ugly. Damn, man, I do not look like Kamaru Usman. I remember this one time I was on live and this guy was telling me I look like I had an afro at the time. And he was telling me I look like who's that guy that likes to twerk in the UFC? You know that guy that likes to twerk? I forgot his name. Or Jordan Levitt. He's saying, "Yo, bro, you look like Jordan Levitt." I said, "Huh? I'm cutting my hair right now. No way I'm gonna look like a gay guy. No way." And now someone is saying I look like Kamaru Usman. Come on, dog. Don't be trolling me, boy. Don't be trolling me, bro. Fighter, the fight build-ups were not like, bro, the build-ups that he had, like, man, he's by far he was one of the most exciting champions, dog. I feel like he's gonna get the belt back, and I can't wait to see him fight again, man. He needs to get back in there. I miss him. Always has one of the best. He's by far the fighter. He has one of the best build-ups by far of any fighter in the UFC. Like, the trash talk is amazing. The memes, bruh, the memes when it's DDP fight week. DDP by Falling Piano. DDP by Anvil. DDP by coming into the octagon losing, and then a second DDP coming into the octagon. Like, the memes for UFC 319 was so insane. The memes, I miss them. So I want to see him back in there, man. It's always fun when DDP is in the is active. But yeah, he's gonna be back next year, and I think I want to see him fight Reinier Derrida. Imagine that fight. DDP and Reinier Derrida. Imagine the chaos. Who wins that fight, boys? Who's gonna win that fight? DDP, Reinier Derrida. Two guys that just have awkward styles. Like, I would love to see that fight, man. I'd love to see that fight. Random saying Chimaev is a bit inactive to keep the hype going. Yeah, man. Eventually it's gonna fade away. So I was saying, man, if he has one more performance like the one he had with DDP, he's gonna lose all his hype. Because no one wants to see man. To be honest, I'm the biggest Borton glazer, but I think Jones takes it. I'll still be rooting for Borton. Me too, man. I think Jones gets it done. To be honest, I didn't even think it's competitive. Avoid the big shots, take him down, submission round one. But imagine the build-up, bro. Imagine the build-up. I'd be so hyped for that fight. But it's not going to happen. Chimaev was so active back in 2020. It's a shame. So inactive nowadays, health issues and all of that. Yeah, I think it's the money, man. I think he's got enough money, so he doesn't need to fight as much as he used to. But what can you can't say anything bad about a man that's working hard for his family, you know what I mean? But us as the fans, we want to see active fighters, we want to see active champions, we want to see a Marab. Look at Marab, man. Marab is my GOAT, man. He fights like 5 times in 1 year, doesn't even have full training camps. He gives all his challengers full training camps so they don't have any excuses when they lose. And they lose and they still keep yapping. Nah, I was hurt. Da 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 da. Come on, dog. Marab is my GOAT, man. JDM versus Makachev is the most elite fights this year. Yeah, dog. I mean, it's just one of those fights, man, where you just don't know. You don't know. We all have our picks, but we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know. I'm so excited. Like the entire 3-2-2 card, Valentina Shevchenko, Zhang Weili, Prates, and Edwards, Tracy Cortez, and whoever she's fighting. Yeah, that's gonna be an amazing card, man. Cannot wait for that one. Punisher saying Jordan Levitz is crazy. I know, man, bruh. When they said I look like Jordan, like I thought these people were like, I was like, yo, man, this is crazy. Imagine. And then I was looking at myself in the on the screen. I was like, okay, I get the resemblance. It's because of the hair. So that's why I cut out my hair. Like I've got small hair now. So you're never gonna see me with the afro ever again because I look like Jordan Levitz when I have an afro. So yeah, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. They were trolling me on the live. I think you were there as well. I think you were on Punisher. I think you were on that chat. Like it was a couple months ago. I think it was. So I'm never gonna grow my hair ever again because I look like Jordan Levitz with hair. Um, Rainier can give Chimaev problems. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Definitely. Rainier Derrida, it's just a weird man. He's a weird fighter, and the ground game of Rainier Derrida is one of the best in the division. So I'd like to see that fight as well. Um, but Celo asking me, can you do a handbrake turn on manual? Yeah, on a manual, yes. On an automatic, it's a it's on an automatic, it's kind of difficult. But on a manual, yeah. And on a small truck, I mean on the in small car. I've never tried it on a truck. I don't want to take any chances, driving company vehicles, so I have to be safe all the time. But in a small car, I can, yeah. It's kind of easy actually. Um, I think DDP beats Rainier Derrida by KO in the later rounds when Rainier Derrida gets tired. Yeah, man, I could see that happening. But listen, man, if that fight happens, I'm hoping next year UFC comes to South Africa and they gave Drickus a fight night in South Africa, man. He deserves to fight in front of his people. Um, and hopefully they bring Rainier Derrida here as well. So if DDP and Rainier Derrida happens, I'll definitely be rooting for DDP because I'm South African and that's my champion. But I also think he beats, like, not even being biased, I think he beats Rainier Derrida. I really think he does, man. I think in the later rounds as well, man, because Derrida does get gassed. And yeah, I think DDP wins. People saying, yeah, man, Rainier Derrida probably the only guy that has a chance against Chimaev if he has leads. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Rainier Derrida. He's actually fighting next week. He's fighting Brandon Allen. He was supposed to fight Fluffy Hernandez, but Fluffy got scared. He pulled out. Now Brandon Allen is going to have to lose. Again, chat, do make sure you do subscribe, man. It's Zar-Kombat for MMA contents. We're getting ready for UFC RIO. 9:30 right now. The fight's going to be live. The prelims are starting in 2 hours. But I'll be live streaming the entire main card. And yeah, man, we're watching Charles Oliveira get back on the win column. There's a couple big fights in the fight on that card as well, man. Davison Figueiredo's back. Figueiredo's back. Who else? We've got Vicente Luque and Joel Alvarez. Joel Alvarez, man, like an underrated lightweight. Savage, he's back. Die tomorrow. Like, I genuinely think he's gonna kill in there. Like, I don't know why Vicente Luque took that fight. Like, Joel Alvarez is just a savage, man. Like, that's a fight that I'm excited for. Who else is on the card? Yeah, I think those are the only big 3 fights. Obviously the Oliveira fights, Figueiredo's back, Joel Alvarez, Vicente Luque. I think who else is on there? There's a couple good matchups though, but I can't wait. Paper, I'm not even gonna read your comment, dog. We do not tolerate Charles Oliveira slander in this chat. Charles is gonna knock out Scamrod tomorrow. He's gonna call out Max Holloway. We're coming for Max Holloway next year. We're taking the BMF belts. We're gonna call out Ilya Optorio, and we're gonna knock out Topuria. We're getting the belt back, and then we're gonna move up a division. We're gonna go for Islam Makhachev. We're gonna KO Makhachev, and then Do Bronx retires as the GOAT. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So you saying that Charles is not gonna touch the belts? We don't appreciate that on this chat, dog. This is a pro Oliveira chats. Pro Oliveira chats. No Charlize to Bronx slander, dog. Random saying, yeah, man. Reggie Dorita gas tank looked bad against Whitaker. I think Whitaker could have won if it wasn't for the nasty knees to the body. Yeah, man. Shout out to Ringer Dorita. Has one of the best knees in the game. But that was a close fight. That was a close fight. That was a close fight, man. That was a close fight. But I'm hoping we really get to see DDP and RTR one day. Actually, not even one day. Next year, actually, man. Next year. Paper saying I like Oliveira, but I'm not even gonna continue reading the comments. I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Random. Du Bronx title run starts tonight, man. We're knocking out Scam Rods. We're knocking out Scam Rod, dog. We're knocking out Scam Rods. We're calling out Max Holloway. We're coming for the BMF belt next year. We're beating Max Holloway. We're gonna call out Top Toro. We're gonna knock out Top Toro in a rematch, and then we're coming for Makhachev as well. We didn't forget about Makhachev. We didn't forget about Makhachev. We're coming for him as well. He submits him. We're gonna submit Makhachev in round 1. Anaconda choke. And if we want to, we could even go for, you know what I mean? Who else wants it? Even Kamaru Usman for a fun fight. Whoever. But yeah, man, Du Bronx is gonna get the title back. He is getting the title back. I don't want Oliveira to get knocked out again. I was really hoping he beats Topuria. I don't know what you mean. Again? What do you mean he got knocked out? Oh, you mean UFC 317? Nah, bro, that was AI. It never happened. So what happened was the UFC hates Charles Oliveira. You know, Charles Oliveira had the heel hook. I saw Topuria tap. Topuria tapped in that fight, but they wanted the fight to continue, so it was an AI-based decision. There was no knockout. It was a decision, AI-based decision win for Topuria. So that's why, man, listen, we're coming for Toro. We're gonna come for Toro. You don't worry, my friend. We're coming back for Toro. First, it's Scamrods tonight. He's getting knocked out. And then it's Max Holloway. We're coming for the BMF belts. And then it's Toro next. I'm telling you. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. Next day when Charles has the belt, I'm gonna remember you saying this on the chats. Shangsha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, bro. Saying, I know I'm randomly commenting in, but I think Charles came back way too early. I don't really think that matters, dog. A fun fact for you guys: whoever lost to Ilya Topuria won the next fight. Volkanovski lost, and then he won the belt back. Max Holloway lost. He got the win against Dustin Poirier. Oliveira lost by decision, which was a robbery. And we're knocking out Scamrod tonight. Scamrod is getting knocked out. Title run starts right now, man. Can't wait, dog. I cannot wait. If you didn't know, guys, Charles Oliveira is my favorite fighter ever. That's my GOAT. And he's getting the belt back. Lee in the chat saying, "What's up, G? What's up, mate, bro? What's up, man? You good? You haven't been here in a while, dog. Hope you're well." Jamal saying, "Who's getting the title shot next at lightweights, in your opinion?" I think what the UFC could do is, obviously Ilya Topuria is not going to fight this year, right? That's for sure. Because I think the main event of UFC 322 is going to be Volkanovski versus either Lerone Murphy or Marsva Imavov. What's his name? So Elliot Supporter's not fighting again this year. So let's look at the lightweight division. Who's booked? Arman Sarukian and Dan Hooker are booked. Who else? So it's either Justin Gaethje, Paddy. And hear me out, guys. Because the UFC likes Paddy Pimblett so much, I think they're gonna give Paddy Pimblett a shot at the BMF. I think what the UFC is gonna do is they're gonna do Paddy Pimblett versus Max Holloway for the BMF. Maybe next in like March, and I think the first pay-per-view on the Paramount, under the Paramount, because UFC signed a deal with Paramount. The first pay-per-view next year under the Paramount deal is gonna be Elliot Supporter versus Justin Gaethje, a fight that I don't want to see, man. Like Justin Gaethje, I don't want to see Gaethje get knocked out again, but you know, Gaethje's been saying that if the UFC doesn't give him the title shot, he's gonna retire. And you know how the UFC are, man. Whenever a legend wants to retire, they always give them like the worst possible matchups. Look at Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo got that guy that looks like Ariel Helwani. Who else? Who else retired and got a bad matchup? Nick Diaz, man. Nick Diaz came back and they let him fight Robbie Lawler. And Nate Diaz. When Nate Diaz wanted to leave the UFC, they said he should fight Chimaev. Imagine, man, a guy who's a star. They know that we love Nate Diaz and they wanted to feed him Chimaev. So I think because Justin Gaethje is threatening to leave the UFC, and I think he's like 36 years old now, so he's gonna retire anyway. I think they're gonna feed him Elliot Supporter. Justin Gaethje has a big name. Elliot Supporter knocks out Justin Gaethje. The UFC wins. You know, South Africa has. The UFC have a bigger star. You know what I mean? In Elliot Supporter. So I think it's Elliot Supporter, Justin Gaethje next year, January, February. I think it's Paddy Pimblett versus Max Holloway for the BMF, maybe around March. And then obviously we've got Arman Sarukian and Dan Hooker going down at UFC Qatar later this year in November. That's going to be a fun one. I'm hoping Dan Hooker gets the job done. I don't know how he wins. I don't even believe that he's going to win, but I hope he gets it done, man. Imagine Dan Hooker being in the title shots, getting in title shots. Imagine. That would be crazy, man, because I'm a big Dan Hooker fan. I remember watching that Dan Hooker versus Justin Poirier fight live in the Apex. Bruh, that was by far the best fights I've ever watched live. I'm not even going to lie. Like, when it comes to a war, that was the best war. Best war I've ever seen with my eyes, live. Crazy. I remember the shots because there were no fans. It was like around COVID. Like you could hear the sounds, man. Like that was such a crazy fight. So I'm a big Dan Hooker fan. I hope he beats Arman Sarukian. And I don't like Arman Sarukian. I'll tell you why. I don't like Arman Sarukian because he's the one that actually told Chimaev to wrestle the entire fights against Dricus du Plessis. Like Chimaev actually wanted to strike with Dricus, but remember Arman Sarukian was in his corner. Khamzat said that Arman Sarukian was screaming, "Don't strike! Just take him down and lay on top of him, and make it a boring fight." So because Arman Sarukian ruined a fun fight for us, I hope he loses. Plus, he pulled out of the Islam Makhachev fight. So yeah, man, I hope Dan Hooker gets it done. I like Charles, but the thing is, getting knocked out like that, it makes your head mushed, and I think he will win because of his jiu-jitsu. If he can't use it, then I think he loses. So what are you saying, man? Are you saying that Scam Rods, you say that Scam Rods is going to knock out Oliveira? Scam Rods. You tell me, bro, who has Scam Rods ever knocked down? Who has Scam Rods ever knocked down in the UFC? For you to believe that Scam Rods can knock out Charles Oliveira. Who? No one. Ever. in his entire career. So there's no way, man. Why are they getting the job done by submission or by knockouts in the first 2 rounds? But it's only a matter of hours, man. I think it's like plus minus 4 hours until the main events. So not even. I think it's like 6 hours. So yeah, man, can't wait for that one. But if you think Charles is getting knocked out by scam rods, a guy who has never even knocked down anyone, trust me, bro, that's never gonna happen. Bro in the chat saying South African MMA guru, how's it going? Ready for the Charles KO? I'm ready, my brother. Du Bronx is getting it done today. We're getting back to the belts. We're gonna knock out scam rods. We're calling out Max Holloway for the BMF. We're beating Max Holloway next year. And then we're coming for Totoro. We're knocking out Totoro. We're getting the belt back. And then we're gonna come for Makachev. We're gonna submit Makachev. And then we're gonna retire as the greatest of all time. Du Bronx, the GOAT. Undeniable, unquestionable. Yeah, man. But I can't wait for tonight, man. I cannot wait. It's crazy not watching Charles Oliveira on pay-per-view. It feels like Charles just deserves to be in the main events or co-main events of massive pay-per-view. So seeing him fight in front of his people, man, that's going to be amazing. And getting the crowd, like the Brazilian crowd is screaming, kill Gamrods, 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 you're gonna die. I think it goes like Muye, Vuye, or something like that. I don't know. They were screaming it yesterday at the weigh-ins. They were screaming at Scamrod like, hey, you're gonna die, Charles is gonna kill you. That's exactly what's gonna happen, man. Cannot wait. We've got apparently we've got a Gamrod fan in the chats. Kumar saying, bro, what about my India? Will we get any good fights? Is Ashul gonna make a comeback after 2 defeats? Shout out to Abshul Jublu or whatever his name is. Honestly, bro, I don't think so, dog. I don't think so. There was that one female fighter from India. She kind of had a bit of a hype. I don't know where she went. I don't know if she's still in the UFC. Do you know who she is? Like that, the Indian girl from India, obviously. I thought she was really gonna put India on the map, but I don't know. I haven't seen her fights in a long time. Seems like Guma is the only one that's picking scam rods. Sorry, my brother. This is the Charles Oliveira group chats. This is a Charles Oliveira live stream. We are strictly Du Bronx Glazers. I'm proudly a Charles Oliveira Du Bronx Glazer. Proudly. If I still had my afro, I would dye my hair blonde just for Charles Oliveira. I'd do it, dog. Bro, I would do it, dog. For Charles, I'd do it, man. But I'm not gonna grow my hair because apparently when I have hair, I look like Jordan Levitt. So I'm not gonna look like Jordan Levitt. Shout out to a bro in the chat saying, nah, Charles by flatline KO. Round 2, flatline KO. Yeah, man. Scam Rod's getting knocked out. Shangsha saying, I don't know. Charles wins, I think, but submission, I think he won't use as much as he's striking as he should. To be honest, I think he should use the striking. I mean, Gamrod says good wrestling, but he doesn't have any submissions or submission threats. He submitted guys that don't have BJJ, but Charles Oliveira is just the best when it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Scamrods. We've seen him get knocked down by Benil Dariush. So if Benil Dariush can knock you down, Charles Oliveira can flatline KO you. I mean, we have to remember, guys, Charles almost knocked out Justin Gaethje. Almost. Basically did, you know what I mean? When he knocked him down in that fight, if he'd thrown ground and pound, they would have stopped the fights. But he decided to order farm and go for the choke and keep the belts. So yeah, he can. Charles definitely can knock out Scamrods easily. We've got 305 in the chat saying Du Bronx will learn how to stand up and become careful. He will not get knocked out. Getting knocked out by Scamrods. Come on, bro. Come on. If Ilyet Aporia cannot knock out Charles, how is Scamrod gonna knock out Charles? You tell me, chat. Ilyet Aporia, you're pound for pound number one. There's a lot of Ilyet Aporia glazers in the chats. Ilyet Aporia could not knock out Charles. He couldn't do it. They gave him a robbery. They gave him a decision win. It was a robbery. He couldn't knock out my goats. He could never. So if Ilyet Aporia can't knock out Charles, what do you think? What do you think Gamrot is gonna do? What's Scamrot gonna do? Come on, bro. Don't be playing, man. Scamrot's getting knocked out in round 2. Flats. I know Paper, you must be trolling Paper with that comment saying, imagine Charles getting knocked out in front of all the Brazilian people. I can't even imagine that, man. I can't even imagine that because it would never happen. But if in another dimension it happened, if it happened, I'm telling you this, man, the Brazilian people would kill Gamrods. They would find Gamrods in the parking lots and they would kill him for sure. Because Charles is he's like Superman in Brazil. Like I was watching a video of him going to the open workouts, and they were at a mall, and he was coming down the escalator, and he packed out the mall. Everyone's screaming for Charles, and he had like 20 security with him because he's such a big star out there. I mean, he's a star everywhere, but in Brazil, he's just like he's the biggest star in Brazil. I think in Brazil, he's even bigger than Borton in Brazil. I think he's bigger than Borton, man. Like, he can't walk alone. He has to move like the president when he's in Brazil. So, in another dimension, if Scamrod were to somehow get the win, I think Scamrods would get knocked. They would find him in the parking lots and they would do unmentionable things. The Brazilian people would do unmentionable things to him. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that. Easily the best BJJ, but striking sometimes questionable, but also sometimes amazing. Personally, man, I'm not even being biased, but I think Charles is one of the best stand-up in the UFC. The Muay Thai is perfect. I mean, he is bro, the striking is just it's beautiful to watch. That fights against Michael Chandler, you know what I mean? He showcased that he has knockout power. The fights against that first round against Dustin Poirier. He showed that he's a complete MMA fighter. So I like his striking. I like it. He's got one of the best strikings in the game, in my opinion. And I'm not even being biased. People saying Charles needs to work on his defense. His chin is always available. Nah, bro, I don't think so. I think, it's just maybe other guys being faster than him in the pockets. But he's a pretty he's a disciplined guy. I mean, his right hand is always here, and the left hook is always ready to throw the left hook. So I don't know, man. But he could use more work on the defense and the offense as well. But doesn't matter, man. It's not gonna matter today. The Scamrot is getting knocked out. Charles should do some boxing with wrestling. I think he should focus on this more. Yeah. I mean, obviously that's his job. You know what I mean? He's an MMA fighter. He trains to improve every time he's in the gym. So I would assume he already does that. But I'm just hoping for a knockout win. A submission would be fine. I'd be happy with the submission, but bruh, I miss Charles. I miss Charles knocking out guys. I think the last time he knocked out someone was the Michael Chandler knockouts. So I miss Charles getting the knockouts. I hope he gets it done by knockout later today. Charles will not. We've got a Scamrod Glazer in the chat, boys. We've got a Scamrod Glazer in the chat saying Charles will not knock out Gamrod. He is a wrestler. He will dominate in wrestling. He will 50-47. Do Bronx couldn't submit him in the ground. Scamrod Glazer in the chat. Mr. 305 thinks that Scamrods is actually gonna 50-45. My goat. You think Scamrods is gonna 50-45 my guy that got knocked? A guy that got knocked by Benil Dariush. Come on, man. You play too much. A guy that almost got knocked out in his last fights against a guy that I don't even know. And you think Scamrods is gonna 50-45 my goats. My goats in his town, in his country, in front of his people, his family there. Come on, bro. Don't be trolling, bro. I know you're trolling. I know you're trolling, man. I know you're trolling. There's no way. There's no way you actually believe that, dog. Like, be honest. I know you don't believe that. Are you just saying that to troll me? Are you just saying that because you know I'm a Charles Oliveira fan? I'm proudly a Charles Oliveira glazer, so you want to hurt my feelings? And you want to see me crash out? Is that what you want to happen? Is that what you want to see, dog? Because I know you're trolling, man. There's no way you actually believe that Scamrods is now 50-45, the greatest fighter that ever lived. Come on, bro. I know you're trolling. We've got that's a hard name to pronounce. Q-Sub. Sorry for pronouncing your name wrong. It's kind of hard. Saying I think Charles will win. Charles is definitely winning, my guy. Charles is definitely winning, bro. Scamrod's getting knocked out, dog. 305, man. 305. This guy 305. This guy 305, man. I can't even read your comments, bro. I can't believe you're hating on Charles. What did Charles do to you, bro? What do you think about MMA? Which is better, striking or grappling? Like, for example, Taekwondo, black belts versus Judoka, black belts. Well, those are two very, very separate disciplines. So to be honest, man, in a competitive fight, a guy that has never done jiu-jitsu would definitely get choked out or get choked out. But IDK, man, I don't know, but it's kind of 50-50, you know what I mean? Like, the guy that does grappling can easily submit the guy that does striking, and the guy that does striking could easily knock out the guy that has never done striking in his life. It's a 50-50, you know what I mean? That's why I love MMA. That's why I love MMA. It's because we get to see people training different disciplines, your wrestling, your jiu-jitsu, your wrestling, sambo, all of it combined, and putting on wars. But yeah, man, to answer your question, 50-50, dog. Anyone could win. Anyone could win. Because the guy that does striking could easily knock out the guy that has never done striking. But the guy that does grappling could easily submit the guy that has never done grappling. You know what I mean? 50-50. Mr. 305 saying Hooker is a great stand-up fighter. Yeah, man. I miss Hooker, dog. I think Hooker hasn't been back since the Jalen Turner fights. I think it is. And that was like last year, UFC 305. The DDP versus Adesanya card. So damn, man. Hooker hasn't been back in a long time. Wow. But man, I would have loved to have seen. Imagine if he didn't pull out in March against Justin Gaethje. I was so excited for that fight, man. But I'm not even gonna lie, chads. When they announced last year Not even last. I think it was, yeah, it was last day when they announced this. When they announced Dan Hooker versus Justin Gaethje, I was kind of scared because I legit thought someone was gonna die for the first time in the UFC. Like legit thought someone was gonna die. I don't think we're gonna see that matchup anymore. Because if Ilia Topuria ends up fighting Justin Gaethje next, which is what I think is gonna happen, I think Justin is gonna retire because he's 36 years old, and I don't think that he's gonna try one more title run. He's got all the money in the world, so yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to Hooker, man. He does have one of the best stand up in the world. Um, Aaron, Aaron in the chat saying Brazil sucks. What are you, like a Kobe Covington fan, bro? Why are you hating on Brazil, dog? Come on, man. But to be honest, man, I kind of understand where you're coming from. Like the last time the UFC was in Brazil, like they didn't treat Glover Teixeira properly. Glover Teixeira retired in front of no one, and that was kind of sad to see, man. A legend like Glover Teixeira fighting for his people in front of them, and them not even staying around to, send him a proper goodbye away from MMA. Um, yeah, that was kind of sad. But it's Charles Oliveira fighting, and Charles Oliveira is like Superman in Brazil, so the crowd's gonna be going crazy. 305 saying, look, and if the Bronx could not submit Gambros on the ground, then he will lose by unanimous decision. Gambros is a wrestler. He did not get submitted, then he will win. I think the Bronx will win because BJJ. Bro, are you really like a Scamrod Glazer right now? That's crazy. Like, I've never seen a Gamrod fan. I've never even, bro, I don't believe I even know people that like Gamrods. And you're really on here kind of going at me and attacking my goat, Charles, for Gamrods. What has Gamrod done in the UFC for you to be a fan of him? What has he done except take down guys and have boring matchups? I mean, have boring fights. And the only exciting fights that Gamrot was in was against Dan Hooker. And it was because Dan Hooker's a savage. I can't believe there's actually a Gamrot fan in the chats. Crazy. Shangsha saying, fair. I agree. 50-50, but also I have another question. Is there any other type of style other than striking or grappling? Is a third thing. When it comes to MMA, I don't know, dog. There's a lot of like disciplines that are done. In like places like there's a lot of disciplines that we don't know about or that we don't get to see. Like I know, like in China, they've got like this fighting style that I didn't even know how to pronounce, and like in Brazil, they've got capoeira. You know what I mean? So there's a lot. There's a lot, dog. There's a lot. We don't get to see it as much, but there is a lot, bro. Yeah, chat. I'm just kind of chilling, guys. Watching South Park right now while we're getting ready for the fights. I hope to see you guys on the stream. And to all the Gambrods, Glazers that are on here, I hope you guys are in the chats during the main event. So I can personally come after you guys, each and every one of you. Actually, not even each and every, it's 305. I hope you're gonna be here tomorrow, dog. I hope you're here for the live. I hope you're here for the live stream. I hope you're here for the main events when it's live. I'm gonna be live streaming the main card. So when Oliveira and Gamrot are fighting, and when Scamrod loses, I'm personally gonna come after you, man. Because you're picking against my goats. You're picking against the greatest fighter that you will ever see in this lifetime, Do Bronx. 305 saying, no, man. Didn't you watch Gamrot? Yes, he will lose by submission if you could not avoid the Bronx's submissions, but it's too early to get a fight after you get knocked out at UFC 311. One, Charles did not get. I don't know where you guys. I don't know what you guys were watching, man. I don't know why you think that Charles got knocked out. Charles could never get knocked out. It was a robbery decision for Abtoro to Abtoro because the UFC hates Charles, and that's fine, man. But Charles could never get knocked out by anyone. And honestly, man, I feel like even jokes aside, I think Charles seriously wanted to fight in front of his people. The last time he fought in Brazil, it was against Kevin Lee during COVID, so he couldn't fight in front of anyone. And I always like when all the big UFC stars gets to fight in front of the people. Oliveira has done so much for the UFC. He sports everywhere around the world. Now it's time for him to fight at home in front of his people, his family there, his friends there, and everyone in the arena cheering for him. It's gonna be a beautiful moment. I think it was his decision, man. I think it was his decision, and I think he sat down with his family, with his friends, with his managers, with with his training partners, and they decided that he was okay, and he said that he was okay. So if Mike Goetz says he's okay, then he's okay. And to be honest, I was kind of more afraid of the Fiziev matchup. I was kind of more scared of the Fiziev matchup. But then when I heard Scamrods is going to step up, I was like, oh, okay, at least we're going to get to see Charles and finally get a knockout after so many years. Like, I miss seeing Charles get knockouts. So, yeah, I feel like it was a smart decision. It was a decision that took a long time to make and a proper one, in my opinion. So yeah, man, I'm not really scared. I don't really think that there's any issue with Charles's chin. If he says he's okay, then he's okay. I have a kind of interesting question. Which martial art wins, Wing Chun or Muay Thai? Um, I think it would depend on the people that are fighting. It would depend on the people that are fighting, but for me, man, I would have to say Muay Thai. Muay Thai, man, it's such a strong discipline, and yeah, I'd have to pick Muay Thai, boys. I'd have to say Muay Thai wins all day, every day. Shout out to the one person in the chat right now. It's me and you, bro. They've all left us. I don't know where they went to. I thought we were vibing, but yeah, it's kind of chilling right now, man. I don't even think I'm gonna fall asleep. I thought I was gonna maybe sleep like 2 hours and wait for the prelims to start, but I slept earlier today, and I don't know. I'm not tired anymore, so I don't think I'm gonna sleep again. I wish we saw Muay Thai more in the UFC. We do, bro. We do. I mean, okay, yeah. I wish I would also see it more, but if you wanna watch Muay Thai in the UFC, definitely watch Khalil Roundtree. Like, for me, I think that's the best guy that represents Muay Thai in the UFC. But yeah, we don't get to see a lot of Muay Thai in the UFC. But yeah, we don't. But I sometimes, like, I don't get to see it as much as often. But shout out to One FC. One FC. They have Muay Thai tournaments. So if you want to see more Muay Thai, if you want to see more Muay Thai, you should watch One FC. What's that guy's name? Wrong Tongue, Rod Rod Tongue. I think his name is. Yeah, that's a crazy guy, man. That's a crazy guy. Yeah, No, I think it's yes, Rod Tongue, or however you pronounce his name. I think he's got like one of the best Muay Thai in the world. Crazy, man. The guy cannot get knocked out. Insane. But I haven't watched ONE FC in a long time. I normally just watch it on YouTube now. It doesn't play on TV anymore. Roundtree Muay Thai is elite. Yeah, man. One of the best in the UFC. But Muay Thai does not work against Jerry Prohaska. All that time in Thailand didn't mean anything against Jerry Prohaska, against the GOAT, man. Yeah, I was saying, man, all that Muay Thai from Roundtree could never work against Jerry Prohaska. Okay, sorry, man. I know you're the only one in the chats. Kind of had a problem with my Wi-Fi. Um, but also, I've also got a question. I've been thinking about a while. I've been thinking about it a while. Does an elite Muay Thai fighter know wrestling or grappling? Because I know they have clinch. Um, I would say yes, but it depends, man. Um, if that Muay Thai fighter trains MMA, then obviously he would know wrestling and grappling. But if he's training Muay Thai, then no. You know what I mean? Like, I'll use Khalil Rountree as an example. Like, Khalil Rountree is one of the best Muay Thai fighters. Like, in my opinion, the best Muay Thai fighter in the UFC. And you'll never see him wrestling, you'll never see him grappling, but he trains it all the time. You know, because he trains MMA. Even though he's more Muay Thai based, you know what I mean? But he trains MMA. So, yeah. It depends on the fighter, whether the fighter's training grappling and wrestling or not. But other fighters like Khalil Rountree, man, that train MMA and are also heavily Muay Thai based. Kasi sa telong season. We're getting ready for two Bronx Fight Night, boys. Charles is back. Can't wait, man. Plus minus 6 more hours left for the goal to return. We're coming for that belt in 2026. But otherwise, man, chat. October 11th. Wow. Shout out to the one person in the chat, man. Shout out to you. Yo, man, if you're a UFC fan, I think the prelims are starting right now. They're gonna be starting soon. I thought I had like at least like an hour left before the prelims, but looks like they're gonna be starting soon. So I'm not sleeping. UFC Rio boys, here we go, man. The prelims are about to start. I thought they were gonna start later, like South African time. I thought I was still gonna be able to sleep before the prelims, but they're about to start right now. Just kind of chilling, watching South Park, waiting for them to start. Yeah, man. Du Bronx is back. Shout out to the one person in the chat who is no longer there. Du Bronx Fight Week. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to the one person in the chats. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, man. Guess everyone got kind of tired, man. UFC Rio is about to start. The prelims. Probably gonna head out as well. Um, get two people in the chat right now. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, guys, we're just patiently waiting for UFC Rio. The prelims are about to start. I don't know what's taking so long. Um, yeah, that's what we're waiting for. But other than that, chat, what's up? Comments aren't coming in anymore. You guys are tired now. I thought we were staying away for the entire, staying awake, for the entire main card. I mean, for the entire prelims. Um, yeah, man. Um, we're getting ready for UFC Rio going down. I don't know when it's starting now. It's supposed to start a couple minutes ago. Um, Still doing adverts, but yeah, Chad. The Bronx is gonna get it done 2 nights. We're staying awake for the goats, for the greatest of all time, man. We're watching the entire card just for Charles Oliveira, just for him, no one else. So yeah. Shout out to the one person in the chat right now. Hopefully, you're a Charles Oliveira fan as well. We've been live now for an hour and 15 minutes. It's been a W stream so far. Yesterday as well, man. Yesterday I had one. It's now my English is going away. Yesterday I had one of the best streams I've ever had. Today's one was good as well. A lot of topics were discussed. It's been cool. We're still waiting on the fight to start, man. I don't know what's taking so long. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that the one person in the chat is probably someone that I know personally. Because normally people just kind of like pop in and leave. Um, so shout out to you, one person in the chat. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate the support. Please make sure you do subscribe, man. If you haven't already, please do. For MMA content, man, UFC content, Zar-Kombat is the guy you want to subscribe to. ZAR dash KOMBAT. That's the handle. Uzizwa kanjani? Amawe. It is almost 10:30 South African time, man. It's getting kind of late. So where you guys watching from? Two people in the chat. Where you watching from, man? Do not be afraid to engage in the comments, man. Just vibe out. I mean, if you're gonna watch, you might as well talk. You know what I mean? So where are you watching from, bro? Where have you been? Yo, talking about Charles Oliveira fight day. Um, I was on a TikTok. I was on TikTok, and I'll say this, man. Those Charles Oliveira edits are one of the best I've ever seen. Like I saw one edit with the Rihanna song. That Where Have You Been? The slowed version with the orchestra in the back. The beautiful, man. The beautiful dog. Like those Charles Oliveira edits, crazy. By far the best in MMA that I've seen. Okay, we're back at it, boys. The previews are now live. UFC Rio. Sorry about that. UFC Rio prelims are officially live. If you aren't watching, then you might as well just watch it with me, man. Missed the first fights on the prelims. Looks like it's going to a decision, or the decision has already been made. And I'm assuming the guy that just won is a Brazilian guy because the card is going crazy. Can't wait until Charles walks out, man. Cannot wait. That arena is gonna go so crazy. And one thing I like about Brazilian fans is that whenever they've got a Brazilian main event. So whoever's main eventing is Brazilian, and the guy that whoever the other guy's fighting, when they're coming out, they're always screaming, "You're gonna die! You're gonna die! You're gonna die!" So I can't wait for that moment when Scamrod comes out. Gamrod comes out, and the entire crowd is screaming "Muye Vurie," which means you're gonna die in Portuguese. It's gonna be funny. UFC 321, man. Even forgot about that pay per view. By far one of the worst pay per views, or at least in my opinion, man. I mean, we've got Jandarobia, Jandarobi versus Mackenzie Dunn, two for the belt. How is Mackenzie Dunn fighting for a world championship fight, world championship belt? What has she done? Who has she beaten? Crazy, man. And Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn, that's a good fight, but it doesn't excite me, man. It's like we waited so long to watch Aspinall fight, just to watch him fight, come back and fight Cyril Gahn. But I don't blame the UFC though. I mean, they don't really have a lot of exciting heavyweights. The heavyweights is by far one of the worst divisions in the UFC. So they gotta get more heavyweights in the company to make it a bit more exciting. But yeah, man, Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gahn. It goes down in I think 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Not excited for that fight. Even the main card, I think Umar Magomedov is on there. He's fighting Mauricio Bautista. Um, but what's his name? Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett, the real heavyweight champion, is coming back in 2 weeks. So that's the only fight, not even fights. I'm just excited to see Chris Barnett back in there. It's the only reason why, honestly, I'll be watching UFC 321 is to watch Chris Barnett fight live. I haven't seen him in a long time. So it'd be cool to see him back in there. Uzizwa kanjani asekanakelu? Uzizwa kanjani? Hey, you're the much spiritastic. Hey, chat, you've really grown, man. You're kind of looking at Justin. I'm watching this music video by Justin Bieber right now, and it's like, holy shit, like, bro, like, if he looks like a grown up to me, then I can't imagine how kids look at me. You know what I mean? Yeah, time is really something else, guys. We can't keep wasting time, man. I mean, we gotta grind, and we got families that are gonna depend on us one day. If not now, then one day they will. The grind does not stop, man. It could never. Like Takeoff said, man, I'm every day I wake up and go get money because the government prints it every day, man. Yo, shout out to whoever you are, one person in the chat. Like you've been with me for a while now. Still not telling me who you are. That's okay. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for the support, bro. Yo, guys, I'm a big hip hop fan, and I'm watching this music video. It's got Absol on it. I never thought I would hear Absol on a trap beat. The versatility is insane. I just want to hear his verse, and then I'm gonna go back to watching the prelims. I've never heard this song before. Absol, bars, and just some random girl. I'll hear Absol's verse. Shh. Bro, it's such a hard song. I gotta download this song. Absol, bars. I don't even know what the name of the song is yet. But this Absol verse is one of the best verses I've heard from him in a while. It's called Norbit. It's the name of the song. Absol Norbit. Came out this year. I haven't heard this song before, man. And I'm such a big Absol fan. Like I don't really um listen to new music anymore. You know, like how like the older you get, you really listen to new music. It's kind of like you're okay with the music you already have. Like I listen to all of Absol's old projects, Long Term Mentality, One, Two. I'm gonna have to download that song, man. Absol Norbits, what of us? Um, that was crazy. First time I heard that one before. Okay, chat. We're back at it, man. Prelims. Carolina Cavalcavage has entered the chat. I mean, the cage. And she thinks she's fighting a Brazilian fighter, Julia Caraisley. Shout out to the Brazilian fans, man. I mean, you know, like how in Las Vegas, whenever we're watching UFC and they're live in Las Vegas, it's kind of sad watching the guys that are fighting on the prelims coming out and there's no one in the arena to hype them up. Like this stadium or this arena is basically almost full right now when it's like 3 hours left, no, 4 hours left, 4 hours left until the main card. So shout out to the Brazilian fans for for coming out and supporting the fighters, man. Never miss the prelims, man. It's kind of crazy, guys, because I watched the UFC so much, and last week I didn't watch Dana White's Contender Series. It was on Tuesday, so I work weekdays, and then apparently I missed one of the biggest fights of the year. I missed one fight, one card, and this John Pork guy is all over my memes on Instagram. Concho, Chonko, or John Pork, whatever his name is, the Dagestani fighter. So that's why I never miss the prelims. It's because I kind of get FOMO. You know, you miss the prelims and then it turns out you missed the fight of the nights. Because let me tell you this, man. Like the people on the prelims, they go crazy. UFC prelims. You know the guys that are earning like 30K, they fight for their lives. They're gonna make sure that like, yo, we're gonna fight for real. Not playing around. We're gonna fight for real. They don't have anything to lose. They risk it all to, try and gain our supports and so they can make more money. So I always watch the prelims, man. Never miss the prelims, boys. Ever. Awengawe. But yeah, man, both women have entered the cage. Carolina Kavakevich, obviously an OG when it comes to the women's strawweight division. She's been in there with Joanna and Jacek, been in there with Rose Namajunas, been in there with all of them, man. And it's kind of like the longevity in the UFC is kind of insane. I thought she'd be cut from the UFC by now, but she's still going crazy, man. Well, not crazy, but she's still like in the UFC, which is insane. They're losing so many fights and still being in the best promotion in the world. Um, Good on her, man. I guess the UFC are happy with her performances, but she's in there. She's fighting Juliana. Can't pronounce her surname. Again, chat. Shout out to the two people in the live stream, man. Wow. Thank you for the support, boys. I don't know whether I should try maybe like get a mirror and put it here, but so you guys can see what I'm watching. But I don't want to take any chances, man. Like I've done like a whole lot of live streams and the UFC, like when they can hear the UFC audio, like they kind of cancel my videos. And I've tried putting mirrors here so you can guys can actually see what I'm watching, so I can watch the fight with you guys. But they cancel my they cancel my videos, so I don't want to take any more chances. I haven't watched the music channel in so long. I was just kind of watching channel. If there's a South African in the chat, it's like I haven't watched TV in so long. I was kind of watching a music video on Channel O and they rebranded, man. I've been watching such a long time. Yo, the Brazilian crowd is going crazy for Polas Polastri. Oh wow, she hurts Karina. Kavakevic just hurts. Elbow. Knee. Oh, left hook by Polastri. Wow. There we go, man. The Brazilian crowd is going crazy again. Move here. Move here. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Ha. That's why I love the Brazilian crowd. I can't wait for the Oliveira fights and they're screaming that it's scam rods, telling him he's gonna die. Move here. Move here. You're gonna die. Charles is the GOAT. Can't wait, man. Only a few more hours left until the main event. A left punch to the thigh by Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Never seen that before. That left hook of Polastri keeps landing on Kavulkevich. Right hook by Kavulkevich. Spinning. Back fist by Kavulkevich. Polastri throws the rights and misses. She's keeping her hands way low. I guess she's that confident in her striking ability that she's keeping her hands way low. Front kick by Kavukevich. Move by move by crazy. It's only the prelims. Imagine how crazy the crowd is gonna go in the main card. I love the Brazilian crowd, man. Even though they did Glover Teixeira dirty last year, I think it was like 2 years back, when Glover lost the belts in Brazil and he retired. And they all walked away. They didn't wait for him to finish his speech. That was kind of sad. But other than that, man, the Brazilian crowd is goated. One of the best in the world, man. The energy is always insane. Paris, Brazil, um, where else? Mexico as well. Insane crowd. China too. Whenever the UFC goes to those places, oh, elbow by Polastri. Kavukevich can't keep throwing that spinning back fist without setting it up properly. Like it's way too telegraphed. She's just spamming those spinning back fists. Shout out to the one person in the chat, man. You still don't want to tell me who you are. I think I've kind of got an idea, but yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. Oh, Polastri with the right. Yeah, Polastri is way faster than Kavukevich. Oh, she's younger, she's faster, she's hungrier. It's not looking good for Kavukevich, man. She's just spamming, spinning. Ooh, left hook. Right, left. That was crazy, man. Yeah. Kavukevich, if Polastri doesn't gas out in the second round, I think Kavukevich is done for. But she's experienced, she's been in these positions before. She's lost a whole lot of fights. Won fights, but lost a lot of fights. So she's seen this before. I think she's expecting Polastri to kind of gas out in the second round. And Polastri keeps her hands way down. So if she can touch Polastri with the jabs and then set up the spinning back fist properly, she can't keep spamming those spinning back fists. She's got to set them up properly if she sees an opening. But yeah, man, that Brazilian crowd, move on, yeah, move on, yeah, you're gonna die. Yo, I'm just waiting for them to scream that it's Scambrots. But yeah, man, round two, Kavukevich um versus Polastri. I'm gonna have to rename this live stream because I started um I started doing it as like a pre-UFC Rio live stream just to kind of talk about Charles Oliveira, and kind of just check up on you guys. But then now I'm like, well, guess we're watching the prelims now. I thought they were gonna play later, but it's live right now. Kavukevich, Polastri, round two. Here we go. Polastri doesn't look to be slowing down. I gotta point this out, man. That is such a badass leg tattoo from Polastri. I don't know what that is. I think that it's like a dragon or like a spiritual fish, but it looks so cool though. Yeah, Polastri's Polastri. Oh, knees to the body, hurt Kavukevich. Oh yeah, she's getting knocked out. Right. Against the cage. She's teeing off. Yeah, Polastri's gonna gas out, boys. Polastri is gonna gas out. She's just spamming jumping knees. She's not setting them up properly. Like her hands are way low now. This is what Karolina Kavukevich. Okay, Chad, listen, it's storming. I'll be back later for the pay-per-view for the prelims once the storm is done. It's kind of late. I don't want to get hit by lightning. So thank you so much for the stream, W stream. I'll be back for the prelims in a few hours. Just give me 2 hours. Give me 2 hours or like an hour and a half once the storm is done because I don't want to get hit by lightning. I'll be back. Thank you so much for the support. W stream. Du Bronx is knocking out Scambro today. We're gonna be watching it live, all of us. I'll be back, man. I'll be back. I'll be back, chat. To the two people that just joined the chats, listen, it's storming. I've got to end the stream. I don't want to get hit by lightning, so I'll be back. Give me an hour. Give me an hour, and I'll be back, chats. I promise. I'll be back, boys.